Hello everybody and welcome back to ErebosGamingHD. We've got some more Dynasty Warriors 8 here for you, and this will be played with Lianshi, as you can see here. And this is the Battle of Hefei Castle, the final battle in the historical side of Wu. And what you will see here is a secret weapon. I managed to find that totally by chance, not planned or anything. I have to say this skill, I was extremely bored playing with her. It was highly repetitive and the enemies didn't stand a chance. It was very boring. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think she's necessarily overpowered. That's probably why it was so boring, because it took so long to kill enemies, but they couldn't get anywhere near me. Just spamming square consistently. I like to get in the face of enemies and take them all out. So what you'll see here is I've sped up the entire game by 1.5 when fighting against enemies, because there's seriously nothing special about anything that this woman has at all. It's just so boring. What do you guys think? Am I on the ball here? Did anybody like playing as this woman, or am I just seeing my own side of things? No. Wasn't impressed with this girl at all. There's just nothing to it. It's just press square, stand still, press square, wait for him to get back up, press square. Nothing. Anyway, since there's not really that much to say about her, I suppose her Muso's standard Muso, it's alright. Her secondary Muso or alternative Muso gives you a little health boost, which is okay, and her jumping Muso is alright. Her rage, I only ever use it once because I had no requirement to use it at all, and this is on chaos as well. It's just ridiculous. Her rage, it's alright, it's not special. Again, it's all about firing arrows. The closer you get to the enemy, the more arrows you fire at them, so it does more damage. But yeah, nothing special at all. So what I'll do in this one is I'll actually talk a lot more about the history behind this battle, because this was quite a decisive battle in Wu's history. At the end of this battle, Sun Tuan decided that Wei was a force to be recognised, and he didn't really engage in any warfare with Wei after this battle, just due to the fact of the amount of men that he lost. And this battle itself went on for years. What you're seeing here is the final year, the final attempt to try and push. And at this point in time, even though Cao Pi is the enemy commander, Man Chong was in charge of this, and I believe this is where the secret weapon gets triggered, by taking out Man Chong as soon as he tries to do a rush to your main base, which you'll see very shortly. Anyway, back to the history behind this. So, like I say, Sun Tuan led an assault on the castle, and the final year is what we're seeing here. This is attack on three sides, and it were all portrayed very well. This is at the time when Sumi Yi is taking on Zhuge Liang. I'm not too sure if it's the Battle of the Wujiang Plains, but it's around that time, so that's why Sumi Yi isn't here strategizing and helping the guys out. Instead, the guy that he replaced with was Man Chong and Cao Rui. I think that's how you pronounce his name, that's R-U-I. He was in charge of trying to organise everything. So in the final stages, like I said, there were a lot of attacks, a lot of back and forth action going on between Wu and Wei. But Wu knew the land quite well, so Wei's stronghold was holding up against them, but they still managed to break through eventually. In the final state, in 234, Sun Tuan gathered an army of 100,000 to take the new castle. Or you could just use this woman that I'm using, because she's ridiculously overpowered. Yeah, like I say, this happened at the same time that Shu's 5th Northern Campaign was taking place, hence why Sumi Yi wasn't available. So Sun Tuan ordered a full-scale charge. Man Chong countered it with a massive fire attack, which destroyed quite a lot of Wu's siege weapons. I suppose that's kind of shown in the beginning bit of this when we try and use our battering rams against them. You see that they just get totally annihilated by that big swinging axe thing. But yeah, so I I don't know. There's not really that much to say. It were a back and forth, back and forth. Sun Tuan lost a couple of nephews in this fight, and so many of his troops were plagued by illness that he just abandoned the idea completely of taking the castle and ordered a retreat. And from then, he did not commit to waging war with Wei anymore. And that were it, yeah. So he tried, couldn't, so came back. At the same time, a little bit of a side note for you, Sumi Yi was busy dealing with Zhuge Liang, like I've already said, so he tasked Cao Rui to lead troops to Hefei to give them reinforcements, but by the time he arrived, Sun Tuan had already done one, so that's it really. There's not much to say. I mean, in terms of how this battle played out, it's very strategic from Wei's point of view. The castle is quite well defended. There's ballistas, and that were a total fail there by the way. There's ballistas on every corner. It's organised in, it's basically a military castle, not to it. This is Manchong here, so after I defeat this guy you will see a treasure found pop up, come up. There's an alternate Muso. As I say, if you have any problems winning any battle at any level with this woman, there is something seriously wrong, because she is just, they can't get anywhere near her, man. It's frustrating. Like I said, I like a challenge, and I was hoping that playing as this woman would be a challenge. Of course I need to try and play with as many different characters as I can, and this was my choice. But yeah, I did not enjoy, there were no challenge to this at all with this woman. I think it's and I'm pronounced Lianshi. Yeah, so Lianshi with a bow and arrow, total beast. So a double attack would have probably made this a bit more exciting because she's so weak. So I mean, they can only defend, and if they're weak to my infinite, they don't have any chance at all. I see, take him down, and you'll see the nice little pop up. There it is. What you'll see is me trying to figure out where the hell that is. What I do in the meantime is I just help these guys out, move a bit forward, a bit more forward. Yeah, so Muso, pretty good. Nothing standard, nothing too special even. It's nothing standard, that made no sense. Yeah, nothing too special at all. But I am impressed with the way that this castle's built, to be honest. I mean, there's sections within sections. I mean, I break through this section and I've got pyro cannons to deal with. I mean, of course they're not that difficult to take out, but you've got war machines as well as men, you've got fans, you've got bridges that open and close. It's just, it's a very organised castle. Me personally, if I was in charge of this castle, I'd probably end up getting lost. It's not the most simple thing to navigate around, I have to say. So we've got Wang Yi here, and you'll see this is how pathetic the game is when playing with this character. I don't even move. So get a bit of health, and then just move her over there. She doesn't even trigger a Muso because she's so far away. As I'm taking these guys, I'll have to be a bit careful because the majority of my force ends up losing. And you just saw Zhao Tai disappear there. So yep. So I mean, how's this fun? This isn't fun. This is it's just nice. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to do chaos at level 1, use this character. I mean, of course, if you've got archers, then yeah, you may be stuck in a little problem. I try and get a bit cocky here and take her out with other things, but she tried sneaking a Muso on me. Fortunately, I had a spare one. That could have been pretty nasty. So now I'm going to go back and get my treasure. And for people that don't know its location, just keep an eye on it. It's basically the other side of these drawbridges, and you'll see that it's basically like a mirror image. So I come here, it's a dead end, but you can jump off, and there's a nice little climb up area here. So I get to the top of here, and you'll see it. There you go. That's where it is. Slow it down for you just so you can memorise that, and I take out its ballista as well. That's me. And then back to it. So picked up the secret weapon. I showed you it at the beginning. It's alright. But again, you know, if you're playing as this character, you probably do it with a 1-star weapon if you got the patience for it, because no one can touch you. And this, I'm not too sure about the way that this battle's planned out. I mean, at the end of it, I read the history and Sun Tuan fled, but when you watch the ending scene on this, you can see that Cao Pi runs and lets him take it. But I have no idea. I can only read so much information that's available to me on the internet. But yeah, it seems like what actually happened in history has not been portrayed here. I get a couple of lucky hits there. It's no fun at all. But at least I can say I played as her and I did the level on Chaos as I stated I would. Yeah, so this is Cao Rui, who's, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I do apologise if not. It's a bit of a difficult one. Yeah, this is the guy that was supposed to actually be leading this, and yeah, he's weak to my affinity, so it doesn't stand a bloody chance. It's just going to take some time to kill him. You can imagine the tediousness behind this, because like I said, this is sped up at 1.5. So, square, 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 square. I might as well make a point. The next episodes, we've been looking, by we I mean globally, ErebosGaming has been looking at the retention rates on all our videos, and the retention rates seem to be around 5 minutes. Now I do know that I've got a couple of fans that do watch the entirety of these videos, however, going forward from this one, anything that's over 15 minutes we can probably break into 2 episodes. And anything that takes a significant amount of time will probably break up into like 10-minute chunks, just to ensure that we're maintaining our retention rates based on what the analytics are showing us. So hopefully that'll be preferred. I don't know what it is. I mean, I myself tend to just watch what I'm interested in all the way through, but I can understand that some people may have time limits, like for example if they've only got a quick 10-15 minutes, they watch it halfway and then they like have to cut it off and then catch up again on a different computer or something like that. So to make it easier, we'll break them up into parts. However, even though we'll be breaking them up to parts, what we will ensure is that all the parts will be uploaded at the same time. They'll just be annotated and probably there'll probably be a bit in the description to link to the next episode. So you don't have to worry about the parts being uploaded in separate times. So for example, this video is breaking the 15-minute marker, so if I was to do this on this one, I would break it up into 2 7-8 minute sections, link them in the annotations and the descriptions, and I would put them both up at the same time, so you can watch part 1, and if you've got time you can watch part 2. And all we're trying to do is look at the analytics and look at what our audience is experiencing, so that is the reason behind it. And please let me know in the comments if you agree/disagree. Anything that you say, we will get back to you. I mean, we do try to engage with our audience, and we do, I mean, there's been cases on GTA 5 for example where an audience member has mentioned something and then we have implemented what they have mentioned. I forgot to mention that I'd removed the scene with Sauron because it took too long. It was the same old thing, so you didn't miss anything, to be honest. I do apologise if you were watching that and it just cut all of a sudden. There's just no point showing them all because it is pretty much the exact same thing. I'd be bored watching it. I cannot stand this woman at all, and if you didn't like that, please let me know. I do apologise, but like I say, it's the exact same thing over and over again. So anyway, yeah, we're talking about retention rates. Yeah, we're trying to engage with our audience from an analytical point of view, and that showed that people weren't interested in watching videos that were around 10-15 minutes. They watched things in 5, maybe 8-minute segments. So we are trying to ensure that our videos meet that criteria, so we are pleasing our audience. And look how far Zenji is away, and I still managed to trigger the swift attack. It's ridiculous. And here's a rage. Nothing special at all. I don't even get time to use it because the amount of damage I was doing to that guy's ring. It's just boom. Walking and firing. It's pretty much exactly what happens when she's stood still. And then you get a little jump with a load of fires. And he's gone. I hope you enjoyed the historical side of Wu, and before we move on to the hypothetical side, I'll have a nice little surprise for you, so stay tuned and I hope you enjoy it.